Lagos's Hot FM.
Good morning, and as usual, I get to talk to the latest Bbnaija housemates. I've got Tracy and Dinary with me in the studio. Welcome to the show. Hi.
Hi, good
Hello.
morning.
Good morning. I get this every time, like, oh, I'm tired. Have you had media rounds today already?
No,
not really.
So what's going on? Traffic, you're still sleepy, you're tired.
Just tired.
What is it, Dinary?
Just a little tired, but I'm okay. I'm fine. We're good.
Okay, so first of all, did you see your eviction coming? Let me start with Dinary.
I saw it coming on the 4th week, so I'm surprised.
You have a cold?
yeah,
Oh,
like a little,
sorry.
yeah. So. But
Okay.
I saw it. I thought I'd be leaving the house like 4th week, but surprisingly, I made it to the 7th week. So obviously,
And 7 weeks is a lot.
yeah, it's a lot. It's like almost at
2
the end.
months.
Yeah.
That's a lot. What about you, Tracy? Were you expecting it?
I saw myself living in the second week. But I'm
Why?
glad I lasted to the 7th week and all, because I'm not a bad boost person.
Yeah.
I know like people love bad boost people, so I actually thought I was going to the second week. Yeah, but I stayed to the 7th week, so I'm glad.
Okay. So I'm going to start with Denari, and then I'll move to Tracy. Right. So first of all, I must commend you. Like, you know, your singing was top notch. I think you really cracked me up for, was it the Circus Wager, where you were like the bearded wife?
Yeah.
that was really interesting. And of course, there was a task as well. It was a football task or something. So you had a couple of. I didn't actually even realize it till it was played on Sunday, and I was like, Denari has highlights, so like a whole lot more than I had expected. But then, it's quite interesting because you were able to celebrate your birthday in the house, right? How did you feel celebrating your birthday in Big Brother house?
I mean, it was weird because I am not really the type of person to celebrate birthdays. It comes and I be like, it's just one of those days. So being able to celebrate with a lot of people who were like really interested and being called by Biggy in the diary room and told some really encouraging things was really amazing. Yeah, so I feel like maybe from now on I'd start taking my birthdays more, seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, and I felt like, the whole of Africa saw that you were celebrating your birthday and celebrated with you as well.
Yeah,
That was definitely cool. Okay, let's go to the very beginning. So I want to know, what is it with you and culture, or how you feel about it? And this is coming off a particular conversation or something, where you were saying that he behaves like a big animal every time food is being talked about. His animal instincts, would pop out. That had me rolling. So is it a thing where, glutens just, triggered you, or was it a particular feeling about culture? What's your take on culture?
Our culture is my guy. I'm sure if you tell him, I said he behaves like
I
a
think
big
you said
animal.
that. Obviously, you said that to his face, though.
Yeah, I said it to his face. It wasn't like, So it's just that he likes food too much. I like food too, but culture zone is like on another level. He could just sit down like this and he just stand up, bro, I'm going to fry 6 fish. I'm like, bruh, I'm like, bruh, come on, So I told him to his face, like, they do like animal when food come, they do like chill, like I like food too, but you're old too much. So yeah, but culture is my guy. Like anything I say to him is mostly bad. No, sometimes I'm mad at him, but he's just one of those things we get mad at each other, we just fix it real quick. So, but yeah, I say that to him, and I said it. I'm glad I said it to his face. Like it wasn't
But it was just funny. Like every time you talk about food, your animal instincts come out, and I'm just like, okay. So no animosity whatsoever.
No, he called us an animal too. The day Ebuka asked him, what do you think about? Yeah, he called us animals. Like we are like animal farm. What did he say? I'm like, okay, we're all animals. No,
I think it said something like, it's easier to control
it's easier
animals.
to control. Yeah, it's easier to control
than
animals than human beings. So like
Ah.
we're worse than animals. My own says even better.
That's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously one of your big highlight in the house was, your relationship and connection with Doris. And then she came here, she spoke really nice about you as well, alongside, quite a number of housemates. So my question is, was that connection, strictly for like a game move, or is it going to continue outside the house?
I think you find out that it will continue. You'll see. It will continue. It wasn't strategic or anything. I told her before the whole thingy that if I'm going to be like a strategy, or if we're going to be like a strategy to each other, just let me know. And I like you enough to go with the flow and go with the whole thing. But she said, nah, if you like me, tell me you like me. I'm like, I like you. And yeah, it wasn't no strategy. And yeah, I do like her. We're still together. So yeah.
Looks like you guys used the L word. Okay. Anyways, there's a future outside the house, but she spoke really well of you, outside the house as well. Speaking of speaking, I can't remember, but I feel like one or two housemates at the challenge yesterday mentioned your name as well when they wrote My Paddy. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, the Aquafina.
Aquafina. So who has anybody told you who wrote the letter to you yet?
I just know of Ruboy for now, just Ruboy, my guy.
I think it was like one or two, but I don't remember. For you, Zita, but then she forgot. But then she started shouting later, like, oh, she wrote it on the letter, but then it skipped her mind or something. But anyway, still on Dinary. So Jason was a big part of your dynamics with Doris at the beginning. But at some point it began to feel like, guy, step away. Do you understand what I feel? Do you feel like at some point you felt like, Jason needed to back off? Also because, he was like friends with Doris as well. I feel like Doris really likes him as a friend. So at some point, did you feel like he was, being inclusive unnecessarily?
Not necessarily. He wasn't infusing himself in any situation.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to tell Doris to... you don't have to tell him everything about us.
Doris,
Yeah,
okay.
You don't have to tell him everything about us. I mean, if it's very necessary, then maybe, but you don't really need to go to him about everything. Anytime we have any argument or any issue or anything you think you want to tell me, and you go to Jason, and maybe Jason is the second person to know about it. I don't have an issue. I obviously told him to help me talk to Doris, so I don't have any issue with this guy, and he's my guy. And he was one of the first people I told, because he took her to the HOH lounge.
Yeah.
And I thought initially when we got to the house that maybe these people have something to do. And I like this girl, I'm liking this girl. So just ask him. He's a guy, I knew him before. So I Jason, how far? You and this girl, you running the, make I know, because if it's, then it's cool. And he said, no, it's all good. So yeah, he wasn't unnecessarily, it was more Doris like,
So you're a bit uncomfortable with that?
I wasn't uncomfortable. I just didn't want her to tell him everything
about your business,
about us. Yeah.
Okay, that definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
But then, speaking of Doris, after she left, you seem to be in just a few chaos. It was just like, yes. First of all, after she left was the fight with Mide. I think that was like hours later or maybe a day later. And then you and Mide had that back and forth. And also, this is why I'm saying it, another part where, social media was talking a lot about you in recent times was when you did go to tell Isabella that Coin says something like he's just having fun with Isabella. I guess the people who were shipping them, or maybe just generally, just felt like, why are you catching this thing that just started? So first of all, let's talk about Mide. What was it about Mide? Because, you guys had that back and forth. She was like, what was your business? Because we didn't catch the beginning. And then we moved to Isabella.
I don't have... Me and Mide don't really have any problem. The whole thing that happened today was like a transfer of aggression, because she was talking to Faith. I think Faith was the head of house, and he was trying to give Thelma Lawson something, and she was sitting right there, but she was like, walk and come take it. I'm like, she's eating. In my mind, I'm like, she's eating. You could just drop it and tell her this is for you. The punishment thing will be given. But it was like, no, walk down here, take it. And he started pissing me off. I started boiling where I was sitting, and she was on my back with him, telling him, please calm down, don't get angry, don't start your reign like this. I'm like, what are you begging this guy for? Like, leave him to do what he's doing now. And I didn't know when that came out from her mouth, and she was like, I'm not talking to you now, respect yourself.
Mind your business.
That was why I didn't really say anything back to her, because I knew right there that I don't have an issue with this person. It's like a transfer of aggression, seeing somebody begging somebody for the least. So she was like, mind your business, and she was shouting. She's usually like that, so it wasn't really that, there was no issue.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the Coin Isabella moment. You guys, that couch, beside the pool, I remember because I watched, that's where this one happened. And you did say that Coin did tell Dede that he was just having fun with her. So explain that dynamic. I
feel like the both of them were having fun with each other. I mean, it's not like Isabella was not aware that this guy was only interested in one person in the house, only had eyes for one person, Dede. And it's not like...
But then with Dede, it wasn't romantic, though. They were not doing anything.
They said they were not doing anything. We were like, okay.
We didn't
know,
see. We have not seen it so far.
fine.
But
We were
go
like,
ahead.
we were like,
Yeah.
okay, no problem, bestie, okay. So, and then with Cohen, it wasn't like he wasn't aware that Isabella was with Kaikubi doing their whole non-hiding thingy. So I looked at it and like, Isabella is my guy. So what is all this? And then Diddy came back and immediately he went, oh, I'm not doing anything in the kitchen. By the kitchen, I was like, no, I'm not playing anything. I'm like, this guy, if you're really not trying to mess with Isabella, what are you explaining to Dede? So Isabella is my guy, obviously. I'm gonna tell her why we went there. I was like, I think this guy's like messing with you. So I saw him in the kitchen with Dede, said I'm not doing anything, I'm not doing anything. So just, careful.
Because what we caught, I don't know if there was another part, what we caught in the conversation, we caught Dede asking a question like, the game you're playing, wrong choice. And what we heard him say was, I'm not playing a game. Do you think it's a game? And I think she didn't say anything, but then he kept telling her, I'm not playing a game. Then he goes back, because I think Isabella mentioned it to her, and he goes back to say, I did tell Dede, yes, we're cool, we're having fun, but not the way that you had, related the message to her. So he was more like, we're cool, we're vibing, we're having fun together in the house. You kind of made it seem like he said, he's just, using her, yeah.
So I heard her name. I heard Isabella. I heard Isabella from his mouth and her mouth, and I'm not playing games. It's not that serious. Blah blah blah. I'm like, Isabella. So all this thing you're sneaking into our bed. All this thing. So it pissed me off because you're talking about my guy. I mean, I'm cool with Cohen, but I knew Isabella before the whole show thingy thing. So I just want to tell her that just leave this guy.
So you didn't like this guy. You didn't like the ship shop.
I was not a fan of the whole thing because these people. You and you. So if you want somebody, you are direct with it. You direct. So the whole you patch here, then this person.
So I
is
can
not
have
around.
a bestie and a romantic interest, though.
You patch here, and then this person is suddenly not around, and then you start patching here, like So I just want to tell my guy that Alpha, freestyle this man show. If you know the what we do. So, but I feel like the both of them knew what they were doing already. Like this person knew this person was involved with this person, and so it wasn't really that. I mean, they are adults, so they could do anything they want. I was just looking out for my guy. Okay.
Speaking of your guy, Isabella, a lot of people also felt like you sort of knew her before the house, or to an extent, she's like, Denari is my brother, is my guy, but a lot of people felt it was one-sided. But particularly because I did mention to Doris, there is was a rumor about her, relating to hygiene. But then I just felt like since you were sort of closer to her, at least knew her before the house, you would have had a personal conversation with her. But then we saw you have that conversation with particularly Doris or maybe any other housemate about it. And it just came up as, is that not your friend? Why are you having this conversation? Why can you not talk to her? What do you have to say about that?
I can't remember the particular conversations, but most of the time in the house, everybody talks about everybody.
No, I'm talking about the one where it was relating to, hygiene.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I was just involved in that conversation. I really didn't foster the idea or push any narrative. I was just involved around. And even when she said it herself, she was talking about it with Doris and said she heard that Doris blah 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 was involved in the conversation and she didn't think Doris should have been. I mean, this is my guy, blah 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 blah. And she did. I told her before we left the house that if I don't think it's that deep, I'm not going to say anything about it to you. If I feel like it's that deep to you, I'm going to tell you like half-assed. But if it's not that deep, don't worry. I'm not going to. You might hear it somewhere, but I'm not going to come and start telling you everything. I'm not a cho-cho-cho. So, but if you hear it, you hear it. If you don't hear it, you don't hear it. So, most of the time, you can't be careful enough in the house. Most conversations are taken out of context and mostly misconstrued. You say something and boom, 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 15 minutes, and you're like, no, this is what I'm trying to say, but obviously when she comes out, we'll talk. It's not really like that's my guy. So most conversations are mostly misconstrued in the house. So,
but do you consider Isabella as a friend?
Yeah, of course, obviously.
Okay, so you in the early days also spoke about how people are just putting up for the cameras, how everybody's trying to put up a show or act or, fake for the cameras. So, do you think, now that you're out, do you still think that particular housemates were just, acting for the cameras? And if yes, who would you say tops the list?
I mean, initially, a lot of people were acting for the cameras. I think they dialed it down a little bit, fourth week, fifth week. But first week, second week, I saw a lot of really weird, fake shit that you outside of here, you wouldn't get this reaction. This thing wouldn't rile you up, or you wouldn't react like this. So I saw a lot of crying. I'm like,
oh yeah, we did see that one.
Yeah, especially from the guys. I felt like, okay, some of them were genuine. Like this was, you could feel a certain kind of way and cry. These are emotions. I can't tell you how to feel. But I saw a lot that were like, huh?
Who do you feel was acting on cameras?
I can't really tell. Okay. Like sometimes somebody would say, your mama. Normal insult would normally hear, your mama. And somebody would start crying. I'm like, We normally say your mama a lot now. Yeah. We normally say your mama a lot now.
It's not that serious.
It's not that. There's no direct attack on your mother is it's like your general your mama, but there's somebody who cry or you. Okay, the bully own when came about did the bully own thingy. I understood because he had previously explained to me that when he moved to America that he was bullied a little and he felt bad that somebody is calling him a bully now. Him that he was bullied, they're not calling him a bully. So I could understand why, because initially I was surprised. I was by the dressing area. I saw this really big, huge guy crying over somebody calling bully. I'm like, this really pain you like that? But then I remembered the conversation I had with him. I think the next day I was like, okay, I can understand.
Okay, you didn't seem to vibe. I think one housemate I didn't see you vibe a lot with was Kola. What's your opinion on Kola? Why do you think you guys didn't connect? What do you think about Kola?
Nothing. I don't think anything about Kola. I mean, he's just there. He dresses well. We call him Mr. Kakop. That's what we call him. He dresses well. He speaks well. The only issue that I think anybody might think we had was Doris, because Doris was first close to him before me. So maybe that was where the whole strain, and Doris told me that he said obviously that he felt uncomfortable around me. I felt like, why? If I even tried to talk to me before, now maybe the person we don't try to talk to you before about Canada, blah 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 blah, the whole thingy. And that day the conversation did not really flow in the kitchen. You just left, and I felt like, okay, maybe we'll sit talk before the whole Doris thing came about. But there's no issue. If there was any strain or anything, it was due to him feeling uncomfortable for any reason. I don't know why.
Well, you guys always have animal names for people, because I remember there was a conversation where you said he looks like a monkey.
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah. You probably don't remember. I don't know who you were talking to, and and the person was like, he's not even fine. And then you had said he looked like a monkey.
No, there's no monkey. I had an ape thingy, but it wasn't from me at all. It wasn't from me.
There's nothing you guys have. I've had Dracula this season. I've had fish. I've had Chihuahua.
It was a whole lot of names. I mean, I think culture started.
Anglerfish. Jesus Christ.
Culture was the pioneer by saying.
You also caught on a big animal as well.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so let me move to Tracy real quick. All right.
Okay.
First female head of house this season. Woohoo! That was so unexpected. It was like, girl. And then you got there. I was like, I'm not going to call anybody. If you want to come, you come, and all of that. How did that make you feel?
I felt great because I didn't see it coming. And before I got into the house, I didn't know I would be good at things like this, because it's not something I normally do. So when I got to the house and I found out that I was good, it was a big shock to me, and I was happy. And after the HOH, we do challenges. After winning the HOH, I was still not because I was like, someone can take from me the next day. So to also go on to win the challenger, I felt really, really good. It was amazing, and I loved my reign as the HOH.
And definitely a good start for the season. That was second week, right? Was it third week? And definitely a good start for the season. But then I'm going back to the fact that you seem to have expected your eviction. I think there was a time what of the first or the second eviction, it was like you were already expecting to go, and so when you didn't go, it was like everybody was coming to hug you, and there were conversations like Tracy really did think she was leaving, and that was so early in the game, not even like 4th week. Why did you feel that way?
So because people in the house were like, oh, Tracy is chill, she's quiet and everything. And also there was I think in the house, it was the time we had a session called Breaking Tables, and like they were talking about people breaking tables, and I realized that oh no one, like there was nothing to say like about me, like I was in any drama. I was like, oh, that means I don't have any storyline. I was like, and people are there saying I'm quiet. Oh, I'm definitely going home. So that's why I thought I was going home early in the game. Yeah.
But did that sort of affect your gameplay going forward? How?
No, it just started making me think hard. I started thinking, like, should I start shouting? Should I start entering into fights? Should I start doing basketballs? So that's like what was just running through my mind during my stay in the house. Yeah.
Okay. Because the same way, quite a number of people had opinions about you in the early days was the same way a few people had about media as well. I remember boring was a tag. But I think she kind of stepped it up, not necessarily like shouting. So we have a couple of people who are not necessarily chaotic, but they have a storyline. For instance, Day has a storyline, but she's not necessarily like fighting or anything like that. Kola has, do you understand? So did you ever think like, you know what, let me step up my game? Because sometimes like, oh, this is a hint, maybe I need to do more, not necessarily shout. Did you ever think like that?
Well, I think I had my own things going on. I had my friendship with Zita. I had my friendship with Culture and all. So it's not like I wasn't doing anything. I had things going on too and all. So I really do not know why I had that tag, but I really do not care because I was being myself. And I'm glad that about how I stayed in the house. Yeah.
What do you think Tracy brought to the Bbnaija season 10 season?
I think I brought that you can still be yourself and be reserved and still be an introvert and still like shine. So I showed up during wager task, I showed up during arena games, I showed up during task, and that was enough. So I showed up in things that really mattered.
Clock it. Yeah, okay. Let's talk about your 6 months with Zita as well.
Okay.
You guys seem to really like each other.
Yeah.
I didn't catch when it started though, so I just realized that you guys were close. I'm like, okay, how did this start? Which is my first question.
Yeah.
And what was it about Zita that, just clicked?
Okay, so it started in like the beginning of 2nd week. We were told to gather at the lounge, and then when we're done, everyone left. And when we're done, everyone left, and we just found ourselves sitting beside each other. And naturally, we just started talking. Then we spoke for like, I think, an hour. And when we were done, she was like, "Wow, I just told you a lot of personal things that I haven't even told Damboski." I was like, "Meet, I just told you personal, like, that thing where you just start talking to someone, you feel so, then you keep like passing out informations." And then we laughed about the fact that we're not close. We just sat on the couch and just opened up to each other. And then from there, we started having small conversations. Then when Damboski left, she didn't have him anymore. So when we started talking, we started getting closer. So that's how the sistership formed. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the broship now.
Okay.
Let's go back to week 1. Let's just say the game restarted.
Yeah.
Who do you think might just have been the one if you happen to be in a potential ship?
Week 1?
Yeah. The early days, Shaw.
Like if I was to be in a ship?
Yeah, who do you think it would have been? Let's just say the game had restarted all over again. If there was the ship version of Tracy in the house, who do you think you would have shipped with?
That's the thing, I don't know.
Who did you think you clicked with amongst the guys? Or liked or clicked? Anyone?
Who did I click with? I clicked with guys, but it was not in a ship way. Like the first 2 weeks, like one of the guys too that was like talking to, but he was my friend, was Culture, Kaikumi, and Damboski, but it wasn't in a ship kind of way. It was in like friendship, like I just like having conversations with them and all. But for ship, I don't really know because I did not see any of the guys that way. I would have loved to have like a G ship, like friendship, bestie ship with them, but I don't think it would have been like relationship.
So when Ebuka asked you about liking Coin, was it Coin? And if it wasn't Coin, who was the person you were having the conversation about?
That's why I don't go. I really want to see that clip. I've been asking for it. I want to see that clip so I can try and remember. But I never mentioned coin. And even the person they said I told it to was confused, because after that happened, culture was confused. Like from where to even Zita was like, coin, when that one happened? Because if I would have told Zita about if I was crushing on coin. So the three of us, me and my two close friends, were confused to that. Where's the whole coin thing coming from? So I don't know. So up to now, I haven't seen the clip. I've been asking for it, but people keep saying I said it. But they don't want to provide the clip. But I never said I had a crush on Coin. Coin is not bad, but unfortunately he reminds me of my brother. So it's like it was like me crushing on my brother and all. But he's an amazing person, a handsome guy. He's doing well in the house. But I never said I had a crush on Coin.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where did K-Bubba come into the picture?
We're in the lounge and we're playing games as usual, and then they asked me truth, and we're like, which guy do you think you'll be physically attracted to in this house? And I said K-Bubba. That's how he came in.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when I asked you the question, who did you like? You said nobody.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, I said I'll be physically attracted to him. Doesn't mean I like him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe let me rephrase the question.
Okay.
The game starts again. Who do you
Okay.
think you had some sort of physical attraction to?
Yeah, K-Bubba.
Just K-Bubba.
Just physical.
Yeah.
Nothing.
What was it about K-Bubba?
Just the stature. Yeah, he has the same stature as my boyfriend, so I was like, and that's the kind of like guys I like. Yeah, so.
So you have a boyfriend?
Yeah, I do.
Wow. Next question. Okay, so another conversation. Actually, I saw a picture. I wasn't going to ask, but
Okay.
I saw a picture, so I was like, okay, why not? So Erica came up, especially in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So a lot of people said you were like a big fan.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
even said VIP fan.
I wish.
Some said you had voting center
Ah.
for Erica.
Yeah.
But then I saw like a picture and a video of you, talking to Erica. So clearly, let me not say clearly, this is for you to, so were you like a fan of Erica?
Yeah, so during lockdown we're all home, and Bbnaija lockdown started.
Yeah.
And I watched that show like avid watcher because there was nothing else to do. And during the show I became a big fan of Erica. And then
Were you a VIP?
No.
Fan? Okay.
Exactly. And then I haven't got to meet her. She got signed to a brand, and then the brand opened the competition that fans have to do this to win, to spend a day with Erica.
Oh.
And that's why I did. And it wasn't only me, it was I think me and 9 other people, were 10 fans. So the brand sponsored us to hang out with her. That's how I got the picture and video. And since that day, we haven't spoken or met. So yeah, I didn't have voting center, and I wasn't a VVIP. I just met her through a competition through a brand she was signed with. That was all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So were you expecting that, she could have acknowledged you or supported you just a little, in the show?
Nah, there was no entitlement there. She doesn't know me from anywhere. I was just a fan that supported her because I liked her in the house. So nah.
Well, a couple of years later, you are a housemate in the house.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a big deal.
Yeah, period.
Okay, let's talk about culture, right?
Okay.
So you obviously picked him as your house guest. So
Yeah.
clearly there was like a connection there. And a lot of housemates did think that you were going to,
Yeah.
pick culture. So how would you explain your dynamic with culture?
So like culture is a very good friend of mine who looked out for me in the house, because like I said, the house was full of crazy but amazing people. And I don't know if you saw, like the food war in that house was actually crazy. And so like culture actually looked out for me, like times where he had to move things, he moved things. Like culture actually like looked out for me and things, like he protected my things from the movers. He always checked up on me. Have you eaten? When pa cooking, be like, Tracy's mouth too, like that kind of thing. So yeah, culture is just my really good GN friend. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was speaking about it post eviction. He was calling your name, Tracy, and then he got you guys into trouble when he was, lobbying for Zita to save you
Yeah.
immunity or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
clearly, okay. So moving on from that, just coming out of the house, have you realized that anybody did you dirty? Is there anybody you're like, oh, I thought you were my friend? You
No,
know?
I came out. Nobody has done me dirty. Yeah, everything has been good. I saw nobody has done me dirty. Yeah, nobody has done me dirty. It's cool.
So is there something, particularly for you, is there something that you feel, because you guys come out and be like, oh, I can't believe they didn't show this conversation.
Yeah.
So for instance, Ivy came out as like, oh, Bryce and I were flirting and we didn't get to see any part of it.
Yeah.
So for you just coming out, do you think there's a particular story or just something that you think that the viewers should have seen?
One thing that confuses me is the quiet and boring thing, because I'm like, what else you guys have wanted me to do? Like, I had issues times I had things like I didn't agree with some things in the house. I spoke out, or I spoke out about it. Like me and Emisi had 2 little like arguments. I had a mini misunderstanding with Sultana. There's like times I had to like speak up when I was annoyed. I did that, and then I had fun in the house. Ouija, tax, like I did everything I felt other housemates were doing apart from the bass boost. So yeah, so I really do not understand where the whole quiet and but I'm like, what else do you guys want me to do? Should I go and start fighting over chicken? Should I hide spoons and forks? Like, what do you guys want me to do? Yeah, so yeah. That's what's confusing me.
I mean, the best part is, at the end of the day, you were yourself and you came out.
Yeah, and people that resonated with me, like, stuck to me, so that's okay.
Okay, so I'm going to ask general questions now before we wrap up. How would you describe your journey? Let's start with Dinary. How would you describe your Big Brother Ninja journey?
Refreshing, breathtaking, emotional, amazing. This is something that will stick with me like for the rest of my life. I never imagined. I mean, some people would say, "Oh, it's my 5th time audition. This is my 6th time." I just didn't even take it that serious. Like, let me just try for this, and I got in. So it's really amazing. Seeing people in the house that told me, "Oh, this is my 7th time." Like, you did this thing for 7th time, you still 3rd time, and you still came back. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, wow, you get mine too. So it also showed me parts and bits of myself that I didn't know I had in me, like things I didn't know I could do. I did it, and it also helped expose my capabilities to the viewers, the whole people that watched, like the things I could do. So very important experience.
So what about you? How would you describe your Bbnaija journey?
I would say it was amazing. It was chaotic, especially the bare minimum week.
Oh my god!
It was annoying, but I loved it. You know when something is annoying, but like, you still like it, and then we moved to the soft life. Another amazing week. So I enjoyed it, the ups and downs, losing wages, no food, then massive food. Like everything was fun. So I really enjoyed like my time in the Big Brother house. One of the great experience, and I'm glad I got to experience it.
Okay, so just names. Next question, just names.
Okay.
Which housemate drove you crazy the most and why? No, don't tell me why. Just tell me the name.
Drove me crazy
the most. Denari, do you have a name?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Drove me crazy. Oh, there was Fates, Emisi. They did things I was like, Jesus Christ, why are you doing this thing? You know?
Okay.
Yeah, Fates
and Emisi. Do you have a name?
No, I'll just say Emisi.
Emisi. What housemate acted innocent but was a manipulator?
Tracy, you first.
Innocent but a manipulator. No, I don't think anyone acted innocent, but like those people, they'll show you that yes, I am. The people in the house, they'll show you that they are manipulators.
Who was a manipulator? We don't have time.
Emisi. Yeah. I should show you. She doesn't hide it.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Dinary?
I think everybody was manipulative in that house. Everybody did 1 or 2 manipulating to get their way.
To go ahead in the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you think is overhyped?
Overhyped?
Yeah.
There's no
Why is this so hard?
Like, because everybody has a particular hype about them.
Yeah, nobody.
A particular
I don't
hype
think
about
anybody's overhyped.
You know,
Okay, I gotta let you go though, because looks like they're ready. But then, what's next? For Denari. What's next for Tracy? Let's start with Denari. What's next for you?
Okay, like I'm happy I showed everything I wanted to do outside the house, in the house. Movies, acting, singing, music, and voiceovers, voice roles, voice acting. People told me a lot in the house that I use your voice for things. You have this voice where you be big brother. You have this voice where you sing. You have this, so just use your voice for voiceovers and other things. So yeah, creativity and entertainment. These are the spaces I'm looking to fully go into.
All right. What about you, Tracy?
Well, for me, 50-50. I plan to further my master's,
still chemical engineering.
Yeah. Okay. And also I plan to delve into entertainment, content creation, short film. I plan to go into acting, modeling, and all stuff like that. Yeah. So entertainment and professional career.
All right. Wish you all the best going forward.
You.
Thank you for coming on the show, Dinary and Tracy. All right, guys.
Lagos's Hot FM.